Like, what was your motivation going in when you like wanted to found Orgnostic? What was the driving force behind that?
I think personal experiences and kind of it was almost this, you kind of feel these epiphany moments that you feel that, oh, my whole career has driven me to this point where I should do something about this, right? And
Yeah.
I had this experience of fortunate enough to kind of become a leader in the HR space and actually lead a team. And it ended up being a team of more than 100 people. It was a very interesting how we started very early implementing people analytics practices. And that was a very painful experience for myself because it was the first time that I was doing something and developing everything from scratch. And that was the point where I thought, it shouldn't be this hard and it should be more accessible to people across the globe. You probably guys know and can relate to that. When you're coming from this IO field, you're trying to make decisions based on some evidence, right? And just getting into HR space, which has been very gut feeling driven, I never felt comfortable in that kind of situation. So I was always kind of leaning back towards the principles, there was methodology, towards everything that I picked up at faculty and through my communication. Like how I envisioned HR to function was I had these like pink glasses that Richard put on in front of my nose, right? It really colored how I imagined that this space should look like. When I realized that it's not like that, that was a shocker to me. And I was like, oh, well, this needs to change somehow. So that was a big motivation, I would say, kind of personal experience of something not really matching the vision of how this might look like and trying to then scale this a bit more.
Yeah. Well, you said, what it shouldn't look like. What should it look like, Luka? And how is Orgnostic helping out with that?
I feel like it's a good question. It's a great question. And I wouldn't say that I have a definitive answer. I have a vision of how it should look like. And I think it pretty much matches most of the visions of people that are coming from people analytics space. I think you recently wrote an article about people analytics leading the HR function and how this is the future. And I truly believe that once we create more diversified workforce in HR space, once we get more people with diverse background to participate in this, that we are going to have an evidence-based practice, that the paradigm is going to change and that CHROs are not going to be able to be CHROs if they don't have a solid grounding in people analytics. I think there are several barriers to entry to this field. I think it's been a tremendously hard to find talent to actually work in HR space with data engineering background and data science background. That has definitely been kind of lacking, not only in HR space, it's been lacking in engineering and R&Ds. But there are other points, it's just market is not educated enough. You need to address that point. It's very costly to set up a practice. So you need to lower the barrier to entry. You need to reduce the cost so that you have the solutions that are scalable, that it's not going to cost you a kidney or a two to run it, right? So those are the points that
is that a Serbian thing? Do they pay in kidneys in Serbia or something?
Yeah, sometimes.
It depends.
It depends. Yeah.